Hello, Merry Meet. So, I want to review an Oracle deck, and it's another one from Alana Fairchild, and it's the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Now, like I said, I have started to get a little bit skeptical about Alana Fairchild because she's just spewing out decks. If you search on her name, you find deck after deck after deck after deck, and it is my personal opinion that, at least for most people, it takes quite a bit of time to put together an Oracle deck, because it's not just collecting a lot of images you think are pretty and throwing them on cards. You want to create a symbolic meaning and things that makes it easy to actually do divinations or meditations with a set of cards. But this deck intrigued me, so I picked it up. So, listen, I have to say that right off the bat, I am very impressed with the box. This is a very tough box, and the letters and decorations are glossy and a little bit raised. So are the lettering back here. It's very fancy. So let's start with the little white book, or the little purplish blue book in this case. Because, like I said, and I always say when it comes to Oracle decks, is that the book that comes with it is so much more important, since you can always get a tarot book if what comes with your deck isn't good enough. But with an Oracle deck, the book is what you have, and this is the book. It's very thick. So, it basically has a contents, it's introduction, then you have the then we have Crystal Angels 444 suite. So like I said, this is tied, well actually I didn't say it, but it's tied into her crystal books. So you have basically lots of various angels, and the images are named after them, and stones. So it goes through all the 52, isn't it? Yeah, it's 52 cards. You have about the author and about the artist. And yeah, like I said, you have an introduction about what this is, and a little bit, basically a little short taste of her system, which bases itself on crystals, angels, numerology. Basically, take everything New Age, put it in a blender, and you'll get her system. But it isn't that bad. It's pretty. It is pretty good, actually. And then you just basically the meanings of her titles of 444, 888, and so on and so forth. Some about how to work with the deck, how to heal with the deck, and how to read with the deck. And then we have some layouts, which is basically, of course, the basic 3-card layout. And I don't think there were any other layouts. There are actually 2 3-card layouts. So it gives enough information, but it isn't very generous with it. It is, however, generous with information on the cards, as you can see here. It do actually, most of the cards get 3 whole pages of information, which is pretty good. So all in all, this book will do the job. It'll give you enough information on the cards. Layouts you can always find online, and it gives you enough information about Alana Fairchild's angel and crystal system to work with the deck. So yeah, and I do have those crystal books as well, so let me know if you want a review of those. And before you ask, I wouldn't say that you have to have read those books to get any use out of this deck, but it do help because it is very tied into it. But you definitely do not have to have read those books to use the deck. So, loosening the box, let's have a look at it. The cards are fairly big, but not huge for Oracle cards, but let's have a look, like I said, on some of them. And they are parted into suites based on those books. And basically, often when people say, oh, but the crystal on a divination deck, you expect it to be pictures of crystals. It isn't. It is these symbols. She likes to call crystal mandalas. Yes, they look a little bit like mandalas. And which are then named after angels and crystals. And very often they'll have a word like this is, what was it again? Individuality. Revelation. I think the cards are very, very pretty. I really like this, and one of the reasons I got this deck is that I wanted to try something else from her than the decks that are based on images of people, because she has a tendency to go portrait style. And like I said in the review about, what deck was that? The Fairy Oracle, Fairy Forest Oracle. That it had a tendency to know almost all the cards were portraits, and you don't get a lot of symbolism. These have nice symbolism in them, and they're also very beautiful images to meditate on. And this deck would be awesome for meditation. Some of them have little pictures of stones. Not all of them, but most of them have a little picture of a stone in the center as well. I think you can also use these cards here as a way to have sort of as an idea for crystal grids. The cards themselves are fairly good quality. The cardstock is quite good. They are very, very glossy. So again, like I said, when you get, like you say, you can see the screen and everything in it because it's so reflective. Actually, you know what? I feel a bit stupid now. I think actually every one of them have a photograph of a stone in the center. It's just that while I've been working with them, some of them, it doesn't look like it. It looked completely like drawings. Well, that with that then. But yes, there's a picture of a stone in the center, and then these, I think they are generated on a computer image run. But like I said, you can definitely use some of these as blueprints for a crystal grid. So yes, what I do not like about these cards are all this writing down here, because to me that takes away from the card, because the images are quite hypnotic. They are quite interesting and are very good for both for divination and for meditation. But when meditating and you constantly then see words that basically your mind is used to, when it sees words, it reads them. There's a lot of writing. It's very easy to fall out of a meditative condition. So yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to have all of that. Have these buzzwords for it in the book, not on the cards. Other than that, I don't really have any big complaints. These are not the type of cards you would normally read a lot of reversed, but you can. Granted, you can see if the card is upside down or not. This is the back. But you don't, it doesn't glare at you, so it's completely okay. You see, here is the problem why I mistook what I saw earlier, because you see there is a photograph behind there of a stone, and then I put something on top. So yeah, but anyway, it's very calming, very nice, pretty imagery, and yeah, it's a good deck. Like I said, my only complaint is how much writing is on there. Other than that, this is a pretty good deck. Any other issue with it is minor, like for example how sticky these cards are together, because they are so glossy. but just putting on a movie and just shuffling them and shuffling them, so that they get a little bit scratched up. No, that's not like you will see it, but they get a little bit worn, then everything will work better. Now, can you trim this text off? I don't know, because it will screw up the borders, and I think it will be difficult to trim it off. As for the, I really like this one. As for the back of it, it's boring, but it does its job. It's not the back of the cards we will be looking at while using them for divination much, or for meditation, or is it? Oh, hello, Maud. My cat is coming to say hello. She wonders why I have the computer on my lap instead of her. Don't you, my sweet? Want to sniff the cards? She always wants to smell everything I'm looking at. Yeah, she wants to. But let's continue. I find that there's not that much to really say about this deck, because it's there are a symbolism in it, but here is more that you this is a deck that's excellent to use for intuitive readings, because here it's the colors, it's the meaning of the stone, it's the shapes. All of these are the symbols, and then it's all of that coming together. It sort of creates an emotional impact in your mind that helps you do divination. And yeah, this one I think will be great if you are looking for a divination deck that are not based on pictures of people or animals, and that is good for intuitive work. And like I said, it's great for meditation. I really think there's a very nice energy in these cards. So yeah, I like it. The cardstock quality is good. The pictures are beautiful. The book is quite adequate and gives you the information that you need. The backs of the cards a little bit boring, but there's nothing wrong with it. This writing can be a problem, but you can solve that by basically holding it when you're meditating in a way that basically makes that not stick so far out in your mind. It's a little bit... When I write the meaning on the cards, that gives me also a little bit of the training wheels feeling. It's basically... It means already there is value. And the name of the cards and all of it, instead of just having a tiny bit of information and then having the rest in the book. But other than that, this is a good deck. Decks like this is why Alana Fairchild has a pretty big name when it comes to making Oracle decks. It is simplistic. It is pretty. It does its job. I think this will be awesome for card of the day type things. Basically, you pull out card of the day to represent the energies of that day, or for quick advice. So yeah, I really like this one. It is a deck that I can foresee myself using quite a bit. So yeah, soon done showing you the cards here. And I'm feeling that I'm having a little bit of an issue finding things to say about it, because there really isn't. There is, other than that writing, there is nothing wrong with it. It's a good deck. What more can I say? So yeah, good box, good deck. The quality of the box makes it an excellent gift. And yeah, that's about it. Did I put it in the wrong end of the box? That I did. Well, little cardsies, then you have to go back while I put this box back together. So yeah, of course, no oracle deck is fitting for everybody, and you have to feel what sort of deck do you yourself connect with. And you might not connect with this at all. I do, and I think it is quite good. So yeah, and that is my review of Crystal Mandala Oracle, Channel the Power of Heaven and Earth by Alana Fairchild. I hope you have enjoyed this review. Have a great day, and blessed be.